How do we feel now? Are we happy? Are we reset? Are we friends again now?
My name's Julian Nicholson. I run the Jacobs Ridge Animal Sanctuary with my wife Rachel, and since 2012 the sanctuary has been rescuing, rehoming and providing a place to call home for animals in need. We just love animals as much as you do. So alongside the sanctuary charity, we also set up and run the National Association for the Care and Protection of Animals in Spain. And our brand new site, Ridgewood Sanctuary, is currently in progress, will be opening soon. It's amazing. And what's more, we also operate the Animal Sanctuary Lottery. So if you don't play that, you should go along and play that. So if animals are your thing, which we think they are, be it rehoming, rescue, daily care, or you simply just love watching videos about them, then you've come to the right place. Remember to like, subscribe and comment. And let's get into today's video.
Come here. Well, that was rude. People want to see cute donkeys, not like scatty donkeys. What's the matter with him? He's a bit nervous actually, isn't he? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Eh? What's going on? Ronny's been getting a little bit more nervous with me for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know, it's because I'm not spending enough time with him or what. I don't know what's gone on. Dude, what's happened? I'm getting this vibe off you that you're a bit upset with me. No, okay, we're not even, you don't want creeping. Not many people do like creeping, do they really? Hey, big boy, come on. About a little squidgy on the shoulder. Is that nice? Where is it, eh? Do you remember we spoke about how the camera adds £10? Do you remember that bit? Are you just not in love with me anymore? Is that the issue? Hey? Are we still best buddies? Do you still like head cuddles? Do you still like them? Head cuddles? No? Oh, okay then. It's like when you've upset your other half and you're trying to make it up to her and she doesn't want to know, and you just try it all, don't you, to try and build bridges, and they're like, no, I'm still angry with you. I'm not talking to you. Is that what this is? I'm not talking to you. No, you shouldn't have said it. It was a mistake, and that's it. I'm never talking to you again. That's what it feels like. You can't stay mad at me, can you? Can you stay mad at me? He's a good boy. Here he is. Here he is. Oh, you're so handsome. You are so handsome. Oh, that's nice. Ah, you see. I told you can't remain mad at me because I know all your little secret spots. I know your secret spots. Oh, there's the ears. Just behind the ears. We know the secret spots. Oh, it's the best. That's the best. Then we can do the other one as well. Oh, that's the best, you see. A little head massage. There you go. There you go. It's like a little spa day, isn't it, mate? How do we feel now? Are we happy? Are we reset? Are we friends again now? You're a good boy. Right. We're going to have a little wander now, right, and go and say hello to a few other people, because I haven't said hello to anybody for ages. I could cuddle him for hours. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know, I'd never delivered a horse before. And around her nose, and just cleared out any muck or mucus that I could see. And then I'd sort of opened her mouth. It was still totally non-responsive. And then slowly she grew into the little madam that she is today. And she's still a stroppy, sassy young lady, aren't you? You are, you're my baby. I just am so proud of her because of what she represents. You don't want the video camera there? No. She bosses everybody about. Such a boss. Mm-hmm. So she's actually second generation of Jacob's Ridge horse. And Misty was born here. She's over there somewhere. Zor was born here. And actually, Zor is her dad. So she is 100% Jacob's Ridge. We rescued her when she was pregnant. She was going to the meat processing plant. So she would have turned into like animal feed, dog food, something like that, I suppose. Is she just the most perfect horse you've ever seen? Oh, you're so perfect. The problem I've got is this t-shirt, this shirt is accentuating my stomach, because what I actually have is a six-pack hidden underneath this. I just feel very fat. And I kind of feel like, I mean, I know I'm getting over surgery and stuff, and I haven't been moving as much, but it just makes me feel like a fat. So these three, this is mum, this is daughter, this is grandma. So it's a really very tight little family unit here. It's a real little success story. Energetically wise, she had shut down, and she's still pretty shut down, to be honest. She's not as confident or as present as like Maggie or as Dakota. See, Dakota has never known anything other than Jacob's Ridge. So she's very confident in that respect. We're kind of getting squashed here by all the horses. Hello. Who have we got here? This is Merlin. The issue is that we're getting close to feeding time. So they're all like, where's our hay? We'll go and see some other members of the sanctuary, because the horses are like, we want our food. This is Woody. Woody's a cutie. He's huge, massive, Andalusian, and he's a big baby. He's been at the Ridge for, well, 13 years. He was one of the originals. They're all a little bit stroppy. Okay, I'm going to get out of here now, because they can flip. That's the one thing working with these horses, is that they can they're a herd, and they're a bonded herd, which means that they're all interconnected. So if one moves, they can all move. So you have to be really careful of that, because if you're standing in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they can easily start a little stampede, especially when there's, like in this field there's 13, so if one spooks and they all go, they can all spook at the same time. And if you're standing in the wrong spot, you get flattened. And that happened to me probably about two or 3 months ago. I was grooming Jacob, and I was miles away. I was having the most lovely afternoon, just picking bits out of like seeds and stuff out of his hair. And there was a long line of them. He was at one end, and then all the horses were in a long line along the fence line. And the one at the end spooked and ran in my direction, which caused all of the horses to spook and run in my direction. And the last one to spook was obviously Jacob, but it all happened within a split second. And Jacob just ran straight through me and knocked me flying. And then behind him was 12 other horses, sort of like running in my direction. And they just folded me up like I was a bit of paper. And yeah, it really hurt my hip and my back and my ribs. Luckily I didn't get stamped on, but it was so close. And you realise, I think, that working with these animals, that, you know, in a blink of an eye, your life can change very quickly. Because if all I had to do was catch my head, and, you know, it'd be lights out, or you'd be, you know, forever damaged. So you do have to be a bit careful with them. Should we go down this way? It's a lovely spot here. I think where you've got this bluff that runs all the way round the perimeter of the sanctuary, or it doesn't actually, not the whole perimeter, just sort of like the bottom part of it, and you've got a river that's running there as well. When you get heavy storms, this absolutely roars, the river roars through here. It's right up high, and it's fantastic. It's so dramatic, especially in this scenery, because it's like something out of a cowboy film, or like a spaghetti western or something. It's a nice feeling. But I love it down here. It's really peaceful. There's the ducks. You can hear the ducks. It's very difficult, I think, when you're trying to figure out ways in which to fund the sanctuary and how to communicate out, you know, like on YouTube or on social media and things like that. It's quite difficult to think about how what you're going to say, what you're going to talk about. And I think sort of come to the conclusion that you just can't really overthink it, you know. It's just telling you, this is the sanctuary, this is our sanctuary, you know, this has been our sanctuary for, you know, over 10 years, and the animals, it's their home, and it's been just a lovely part of life, and it's been a major part of their lives. A couple of months ago, we had a couple of deaths, because you get death is part and parcel of running an animal sanctuary. You know, you get, you know, in the instance of Dakota, it's a lovely day and you get animals that are born into the world. That doesn't happen too much at a sanctuary, because, especially here, because we don't have any breeding, you know, it's got to be controlled. So, but sometimes you have a rescue situation where you rescue an animal and it's already pregnant or whatever. And so you do sometimes get new life that comes through. More often it's about managing those animals that are here that are rescued, and then it's about, unfortunately, giving them life and care up to the point that they die. So we have to manage that, and that's a tough side to it, because to give the animals the care and the love that they need and that you need to have to be able to do the job. And it is absolutely, utterly heartbreaking. But at the same time, when it does happen, there's a part of me that sort of, I suppose metaphorically, kind of gives myself a bit of pat on the back and reminds myself that, you know, job done. You've given them a good life. They've died not in fear. They've died not of hunger. They've died not of disease. You know, you've given them an existence that is good and has allowed them to just live life without fear, which is what we're all about. So yeah, I think that's a tough side of it. We'll go in and have a look and chat to Prospero if he'll come and talk to me. Maybe Yuki will. Yuki's a funny little sheep. Hey, how you doing, man? So this is our little wonky sheep. He's Yuki, and he's a ram, but he was rescued by a couple, by a Spanish couple, and they found him in a field, and he'd been abandoned by the shepherd, and they took him into their apartment. They lived in an apartment with some dogs, and he connected from a young age, because he was a baby. He connected with the dogs, so he was brought up as a dog. So he's got, like, he wags his tail and he does things that are very dog-like, and he's friendly like a dog, which is lovely. But unfortunately, you'll see that he's got this bad, deformed rear leg, and that's because where he was, the environment that they had him in, it had very high polished floors, and as a baby, as he was growing up, he put too much pressure on one of his back legs, and it dislocated his knee. So, which was this one. So to overcompensate, he used this one to do all his lifting, if you like, all his moving. And that put too much pressure on this leg. So as this one healed, this one grew deformed. And it was all to do with the fact that he was living on a tiled floor. So by the time he came to us, he was already deformed, and he was already in a bit of a muddle. And we tried different things. We got him like a little wheelchair. He's got a big wheelchair that he can go in. And to try, and we had a special mold made for his leg. We pulled his leg in. We did all these different things. It cost an absolute fortune. And it was making no difference whatsoever. So in the end, we kind of just decided that it would probably be better just to leave him, let him get on with life, and see how it goes, and then we'll make any adjustments or make decisions as it goes. And do you know what? All he's done is just thrive. He doesn't need the wheels. He doesn't need the special brace or anything like that. All he needed was flat area, somewhere that he can walk around. He's not in pain. So we've had him checked out with the vets and everything. There's no pain. There's nothing like that. He's quite happy. He's just very, he's just got a strange look to him because of that leg. So it's a bit of an arresting sight when you see him. But he's all right. He's just a bit wonky, like the rest of us, really. Yuki, what are you doing? Ukes, are you wonky? Sometimes he likes a cuddle. Sometimes he doesn't. Do you want a cuddle? Hey? No, he doesn't want cuddles. We'll go and see if Prospero will talk to me. I don't know whether Prospero will. I love this little horse. I just love him to bits. He's actually a Falabella, and he's an old breeding. He's a breeding stallion, and he came from a lady that was breeding Falabellas, and she decided that she didn't want to breed them anymore, and he was basically her prized stallion. And she contacted us originally to see if we would be interested in buying him. And of course, that's not, as a sanctuary, that's not really what we're all about. So we said, look, we don't really buy animals. That's not what we do. However, if he needs somewhere to live and you've got nowhere for him, then we can offer him a forever home here at the sanctuary. But please be aware that he will have to be castrated. And once he comes to us, he'll no longer be breeding. And we'll just concentrate on giving him a really lovely quality of life and see what we can do. And that's what we did. So he came to us with actually with another one. She contacted us and said, oh, actually, I would like you to take him, but would you also take his little friend as well? So who was another little Falabella called Little Red, who was a little white one. And they both came, and they used to wander around the sanctuary, and everything was fine. Oh, hello, Yuki. But the problem is, or was, that because they were breeding stallions, they had it in them. They wanted to be with the mares, and we've obviously got, a herd of big horses in there, a herd of mares. So one day, unfortunately, Little Red went into the mares and he tried to mate with the big mares, and he got a kick and broke his leg. And we tried surgery and everything to fix him, but it was no good. Infection took hold, and in the end, we had to make the right decision, and Little Red had to be put to sleep. And that was a really, really hard lesson. So from that moment to this, we've always kept Prospero in a much more secure environment, so that he cannot get to the mares and that he can't run the risk of getting injured by the big horses, because he doesn't know he's only little. He thinks he's big. You're not little, mate. You're big. You're big. Yeah, you just got to be careful what you say around him. He's a bit sensitive about his height. He's only little. So because he's so little, he gets hurt by the big girls if they see him. Hey, you okay? I was just telling everybody about how big you are, how big and strong, and that we have to keep you separate because you could hurt everybody. Anyway, so that's Prospero. He's getting on a bit now. Hey. Shoulders? Can we have a shoulder rub? How's that? Hey, how's that? You're very handsome, aren't you? You've always been very handsome. I think that's your problem, you see. You're too handsome for your own good, aren't you? You're quite a fluff ball. How do you feel about me being there? Is that all right? Is that okay? I'm not getting too close to you? He has to go out for a walk. He goes out for a walk twice a day, so in the mornings and the evenings, because he has to have his exercise, because he's quite Sorry, hold on. He's quite fat. Don't tell him. Yeah, so it's very important that we keep him fit because he's an athlete, and it's very important with athletes that they are exercised to keep their strength. It's very good. Fat little horse, eats too much, looks like a barrel. But yeah, because I think the Olympic Committee once contacted us and asked us if he would be happy to represent the country for the 100-meter dash. So yeah, he's in training for that. That's what we're doing every day, and it's not anything to do with the fact that he's fat. Nothing to do with that. It's not. He thinks it's not. It's just not. It's not. It was. It's, of course you're not fat. Look at you, like an athlete, man. So yeah, so that's good. He gets out, and he's got his little mate that he lives in here with, Prince. Hop along. Don't know where Prince is. He's around somewhere. He's another little horse that's had some problems. I don't know where he is now. He's out in the sanctuary somewhere. So Prince can go out. He's fine, but Prospero no. Oh, hello. That was, you came through there with a little bit of purpose, I'd like to say. It was almost like you were like walking and falling at the same time. It was like you were drunk. It's like that little man that comes into the pub and just sort of falls into the bar and say, "Oh, I got a story to tell you. Oh, you should have seen me." Whoop. And they go, "Oh, go on, mate, you've had enough." We'll just do that there. Anyway, so that's that. So there you go. That was a little tour of around, well, part of the sanctuary, but I'll be giving you more tours and introducing you to some more of the animals over the coming weeks and months. And if there's anybody that you'd like to see, or you'd like any stories of any particular animals, then do tell me. We've got cats and dogs and all sorts here, so yeah, I'll be very, very happy to share their stories with you and take you on a little rambling tour of the sanctuary and bring you into our deepest, darkest thoughts. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember to hit the like and subscribe and share and all of that, because it really helps the sanctuary. The YouTube channel is very, very important to us because it's we're monetized, and it means every time you watch it, it's bringing money for the animals, and we really need it because they get through a lot of money. But anyway, with that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye. You're not fat.